So you've come here for the truth. Well, we've got the truth and nothing but the truth. Here are your hosts, Robert A. Bianchi and David J. Bruno.
Welcome to WMTR Radio's Nothing But the Truth with your host, Bob Bianchi and Dave Bruno. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is a show about mindset from two New Jersey attorneys. I know it sounds crazy, but Dave, once again, we have another amazing guest that's going to really hit it out of the park and is really doing some great work. And I'm so proud of what we're doing here, and especially of the guest we have on.
Yeah, for sure. Karlee Smart. She is Mrs. New Jersey USA Earth 2023. Karlee is the reigning Miss New Jersey USA Earth. She is serving as an ambassador for Iconic USA, which is a nonprofit that promotes environmental literacy and inspires collective community changes to help save our planet. Karlee is raising awareness for various causes and fundraising to provide opportunities for missions, cleanups, training, and other initiatives by assisting in the mission of Iconic USA. Karlee uses her own voice to raise awareness for holistic wellness, focusing on alternative therapies to our military and veteran communities through her Holistic Healing Heroes initiative. She works closely with organizations like Canines for Warriors and Hope for Warriors, and Karlee teaches others that a local impact can ripple into an environmental change. And then lastly, I think this is very important to her initiative, is that her husband is a United States Navy veteran, and she has two children, and she is local out of New Jersey, which is close to us as well, being New Jersey attorneys.
Yeah, we got a lot of great Jersey people here. Yeah. I got to tell you what, doing some good stuff.
Good stuff. Karlee,
Best
thank you.
From New Jersey.
So, Karlee, thanks so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course. I mean, before we run on air, we were talking about, we're really proud of the guests that we've had on here. And Dave and myself were just talking to an assistant prosecutor in a case that we have with them about the one thing we love about our guests is this connective tissue between what it is they do in using their special talents and techniques and having identified an issue that they would like to do something about, whether it be advocacy or hands-on work, and then go about using their talents in order to fill that. And you were talking a lot about veterans, your husband being a veteran, and your Holistically Healing Heroes hashtag that you have. You've done some amazing work. Talk to our audience about who you are and what it is that you're doing, and what does it mean to be Miss New Jersey USA Earth 2023?
So being married, I'm so proud to represent women that, you don't have to be a teen or a miss. You can be married with kids and be on the stage to take initiatives. And I really love that I can set an example for other married women like myself, but even my own children. So as you said, my husband's a Navy veteran, and I focus on holistic health and well-being for not only our military and veterans, but also their families. Fun fact, my family's service goes back to World War I, so I understand what being in combat and being a part of a military family does to them. My sister is currently stationed in Ramstein Air Force Base because her husband's in the Air Force, and she's pretty much raising two kids on her own. And it's very difficult when you don't have that community. So that's where I step in, and I connect our veterans and other spouses and military with organizations that provide holistic health and well-being. A couple of my favorites you mentioned is Canines for Warriors. They save animals or dogs, and they train them and pair them up with our veterans to provide service animals. And I also work with an organization called Stars for Troops. I actually have one right here, and they upcycle American-made flags, and we cut out the stars and we pass on the stars with a little poem to our veterans all across the country. So I'm really excited about the initiatives that I've been working on at Mrs. New Jersey USA Earth.
Yeah, I just have one follow-up. This is something that's always concerned me. So I see in the news, and God knows that's something you have to be careful with, about military veterans' suicide rates, not having proper medical care, psychiatric intervention, it's just shocking to me. Like when you talk about a community, I get the impression that the military is so tight and that there's such a community that they probably have so much power to get things that they need, but that's not accurate, is it?
So you kind of hit the nail on the head. Every organization that I work with, they're run by veterans. So the military is, you are correct, a tight-knit community, and they are helping each other out. And every single organization I've connected with, they're either the spokesperson is a veteran or they're run by veterans. But what I'm finding and what I'm seeing when I connect with my colleagues, and unfortunately I've lost a dear friend of mine to the statistic of being not just 22 a day, it's almost up to 44 a day that we're losing our troops to PTSD and other traumas of war experience. But the military, they are a tight-knit community, and it's amazing to see how everyone uplifts every another. So, for example, I worked with an amazing Navy SEAL. His name is Bill Brown. He's from New Jersey. He is the organizer of the Navy SEAL swim. And basically what that is he swam along with over 200 SEALs, veterans, and, civilians from the Statue of Liberty to Ellis Island to Battery Park, and then ran to the World Trade Center. And they were raising awareness for our Gold Star families and our Navy SEAL Foundation. So everyone's taking care of one another, and that's why we need more people to join in on the fight, because it's a consistent battle that they're still facing.
Shame, Dave.
It is. Can you just educate me on New Jersey USA Earth? Because I think a lot of people have seen like Miss USA and Miss Teen USA, and this is just yet another pageant that I think we need to understand more about.
What I love about the Earth organization is that it focuses on its mission of iconic, inspiring change and overcoming nature's issues collectively. And that's really what it is, sustainability and taking care of the planet that we do have. And I like how I can focus on military and veterans, but also use that community part and overcome. It takes the village to overcome issues, and I love that nature is medicine, and it's something that I'm really happy to be a part of, the Earth organization, because there, like you said, there are very many.
So since you're New Jersey USA, is there now a Miss Earth competition that you're representing, Mrs.?
Yes, yeah. So I am actually in a couple of weeks, so I'm getting the good vibes because you guys had Uma Sophia on right before she went to nationals. Yeah. I'm leaving in less than 3 weeks. I will be heading down to Virginia Beach to compete nationally for the Mrs. USA Earth title, which is very exciting. And New Jersey actually has the win from last year, so I have big shoes to fill.
Well, the way people get through these pageants now is coming through the Bianchi logo, something but the truth. That's a must.
Exactly. So I'm already like 2 for 2. It's great.
Oh, this is amazing. So what type of preparation? I mean, this is, a nerve-wracking competition, I'd imagine. What are you doing to prepare to step on stage in front of the country?
Months of preparation. I've been working with my coach since, March of last year. And I actually already did my interview. Check, that's done. It was a Zoom interview. So this is kind of nice to have the Zoom already done with. And I'm going to be in nationals competing in gown and fitness. So I'm excited about that. But it's a lot of hard work and preparation for it. A lot of coaching, practicing.
Is it like the Miss and Mrs. America contest? Is it like running the same kind of format, or are there different events, if you will?
Same kind of format. So it's interview, we have fitness, and we have gown, and then there'll be an on-stage question. Some systems have you in a swim, and for Earth, it's optional. So I chose to do the optionals, which is just fun to do. So I'll be competing for swim as an optional, and I'll be competing for a model optional, as well as an upcycling challenge, which I've already submitted.
So I'm getting the impression, excuse my ignorance on any of this, because it wasn't until Uma Sophia that I started to watch this with any particularity, that a lot of you extremely talented women have a number of different kinds of pageants, and kind of like sports. Somebody may be into basketball, somebody may be into soccer. Like you're picking the kind of area that fits your personality and your skill set. Is it more than just
100%? It really is a sport. The amount of training. So, for me, I have to walk a certain way. I need to be on my best fitness that I can be. I also focus on with my Holistically Healing Heroes initiative. I literally eat organic. I put organic on my skin. Everything that I can do, I'm eating clean and natural. So I'm living by the mission of Earth, but also want to show people that, you know, you don't have to be 24/7 glammed up and ready to go. And that's what like Earth drew to me. And I like that.
You're an ambassador for Iconic
Yeah.
USA, this nonprofit. Tell me more
Yeah.
about that organization and the good things they're doing.
So what I love about Iconic USA is that this is the platform for the Earth organization, and we're raising funds to focus on initiatives of sustainability as well as holistic health and well-being. So all the funds that we raise will help the next group of queens to lead their initiative. So they'll be able to lead mission trips. We're having a mission trip next year in the summertime in Virginia Beach. We'll lead cleanups, beach cleanups. We'll lead park cleanups, food drives. It's just a great organization that everyone can and be a part of. It's a nationwide organization.
And when did you start the Holistic Healing Heroes initiative?
So I've been doing that for even before pageantry. Like I said earlier, my husband, he is a veteran and he served in Iraq and Afghanistan for the Navy. I found it very difficult and challenging to find organizations to provide aid and assistance on a holistic level. There's alternative therapies that really need to be utilized much more than just going to a doctor and getting a script. So equine therapy, art therapy, animal therapies. Like we actually have cats, so rescue animals. Canines for Warriors rescues dogs and partners them up with our vets. So that's really where my initiative, Holistically Healing Heroes, came into play.
All right. Well, listen, awesome and great opportunity to take a quick break here at WMTR Radio. Nothing But the Truth. We'll be right back.
At the Bianchi Law Group, our team of former prosecutors and certified criminal trial attorneys specialize in criminal defense and domestic violence cases. When you need a law firm with courage, compassion, and the commitment to fight for you, call the Bianchi Law Group today.
All right. Welcome back to WMTR Radio's Nothing But the Truth. So, I mean, look, okay, we got the pageants and we got the volunteer activities, stuff you're doing for the military. Talk to us about why you're out there. What's your why? What are you trying to accomplish? What impassions you? What resiliency do you have? What is your daily schedule look like? Tell us about everything.
Everything. Okay, so I am a former teacher turned real estate agent. I was in the classroom for, like 15 years. And I realized it was time for a change, and real estate gave me the opportunity to still teach and work with people and serve them. But now I get to make my own schedule. So I get my kids off to school and I'm the mom hat on, the real estate hat on, the wife hat on, and I'm, out there in the community as much as I can. And what I love about pageantry, it really aligns with me, and that whole where I came from, the classroom, is that I'm helping people. And now I'm getting to raise awareness for other people and get more people involved. So it's really great to give back to the community. And that's really my driving force when it comes to pageantry, but also what it comes with me. I'm always a giver. It's my personality.
Just want to, Dave, it's funny. I've been very philosophical, spiritual in my life, and I'm always thinking about people. And as a trial lawyer, we have to understand what motivates people, and we've seen some odd things in human nature. And I'm going to ask you this question because I think it's important, at least in my mind right now, is that whenever somebody's doing something as altruistically as you are, and you're a public figure, and you're out there, and you're also a competitor, you're out there and you're competing, no good deed goes unpunished. And I'm wondering if there's something in the space of your life where you've kind of been surprised that, like, wow, I'm just here trying to do the right thing, and all this conflict and controversy is being created needlessly. I see you shaking your head. Everyone I ask goes through this. Do you have any thoughts on that?
And a lot of it comes back from being in the classroom. My job was to educate students and to teach them and advance them to the next level, whether it was going from freshman year, sophomore year, or even into college or after college. And I found that, as I was doing my best to teach them and number one, be accountable for themselves. I got so much pushback, and that's kind of, my job was to make them better. I already have my education. I have my master's in education. I don't need any more degrees. And my job was to train them the best that they could be. So it's, a pendulum that's kind of swinging back and forth. And I'm trying to teach my own children, to value what they're given and value what they do, and respect people around them. And that was really challenging for me. And unfortunately, sometimes you don't get appreciated for what it is that you're truly doing.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. Yeah, I wonder, being a mom of two children, what are some of the lessons you've learned from that new role of being a mom that you didn't expect or anticipate?
It's trouble. My poor daughter, trial and error, and then you kind of you fix what you don't know or what you think you know for the next one. And it's nice, at least I have two nieces that I say to my sister, I'm like, okay, don't buy this, don't do that. They don't need everything. Minimal is so much better, and I wish from the get-go I didn't start this crazy, we have to have all the new toys, the new gadgets, the new this. You don't need it all. And that kind of circles back to earth. It's for what we are buying things and they're just going to throw it away after they open it up. And when it comes to Christmas time, I'm like, well, I don't really want to buy my kids anything. They don't need anything. And as I got older, I kind of realized, okay, let's make more experiences. And I think what parents should focus on are the experiences rather than the stuff and the things.
Wow, I love that. I have two kids myself, and I'm going to pitch that to my wife to see if we could get some of those things off the list. But yeah, it's something to be said for sure. How about your day to day? I mean, do you a lot of people that we talk to have really specific morning routines or evening routines, journaling, meditation? Do you do any of these things, and what do you do?
So I stick to a routine as best as I can. I'm not perfect, but my goal is to just sit and have a cup of coffee with my husband every morning. Sometimes he's up in the middle of the night because of his PTSD. He wakes up in the middle of the night. But if the two of us are up, there's no technology, nothing. We just sit and have coffee together. And that's a great way for me to start the day. Once I get the kids going, I get a workout in. And that, for me, it's not about being physically fit. It's for my brain and mental health. If I work out, I feel that relaxation response come into play. And that's how I get my day going. When I don't work out in the morning, my anxiety's through the roof, or my stress is over the top. But when I do get that workout in, it brings that relaxation response, and I'm filling up my battery, but calming my mind. So for me, it's that morning routine. I'm a morning person. At nighttime, I'm running around like a maniac, going to practice, going to games, carpooling with people. So the minute I come home, my head is on the pillow and I'm out like a light.
Yeah, but Karlee, it's you've also, and I love to hear the reasoning for this. I've heard you talk about relaxation techniques, so I could tell you're a mindset person. You've also taken on this added responsibility in competition. You do not have to be in competition. Competition by definition is conflict. Competition is preparation. Competition is mindset. Competition is a whole bunch of things where other people could just be sitting on the couch and watching Netflix or whatever. Sorry, Netflix. Why? Where's that drive coming from? What's your purpose?
My husband's always saying, Car, you're putting too much on your plate. Stop doing all these things. I just don't know how to do that. It's not in my DNA. I like doing things. I am not a sit down and binge TV all day. If I am, then I must be not feeling well. And I like being active. I like being healthy. I like being fit. I was an athlete when I was younger. I was a swimmer, and I think maybe that's the little bit of competition that I get with pageantry. But for me, with pageantry, it's a springboard for my own platform to be able to help more people in my community. And if I didn't have this title, I'd still be doing what it is that I'm doing, but I now have more of a reach and more of a network and connection. So for the competition side, I love it. I have so much fun. I cannot wait to get on that stage and rock my gown and just feel like a Kate Middleton with a crown on my head like her. And I'm like 40 with 2 kids. But for me, like the competition, it's fun. I'm not stressed about it. It's exciting.
Well, I want to drill down on that because Uma Sophia, one thing that I remember from her interview, which was surprising, was that from a place of feeling less than. She stretched herself to do something that would be completely opposite of what she would think she was worthy of or that she could do. And you have a little bit of a different point of view there, but nevertheless, as a performer, and Dave and myself are performers, if you will, as either in the media or as trial lawyers, you're in front of people. You're trying to communicate a message. That's what you're doing. Do you ever get nervous?
Oh yes. Before my interview, I warmed up at least an hour of warm up, just asking questions until I wasn't stuttering anymore. Yeah, no, I get nervous. If I'm not nervous, then there's a problem. And that, like, I do the like shaky potty dance and I'm like, all right, time to go. So if I'm not doing that, then there's a problem.
Because I think it can help a lot of people with this, because I remember as a young trial lawyer, shockingly to me, my first trial, I'd say beyond nervous. I'd say close to petrified. And getting up in front of a crowd of people. And I was never that guy. It was just odd to me. And there wasn't Google at the time or computers that you could look it up. I thought I was the only person in the world that felt this way. What's wrong with me? What I later came to understand is that's natural and really is a lot about excitement, really. It doesn't have to necessarily be a negative feeling. But nevertheless, that fight or flight hormones are rushing through your system. How do you bring yourself down from that?
Oh, so when I'm in that stage, because you're right, you hit the nail on the head. It is the excitement. I might be nervous because of the excitement, but for me, it's not. If it's negative, then what am I doing? So for the positive, the excitement, that rush to calm myself down, I focus on my breathing. I either do box breathing where I take it 4 breaths in, hold, exhale for 4 breaths, hold, and I repeat that. Or I just do a double inhale and then release, and like a yoga, and it's called a lion's breath. So you're like breathing really out, getting it all out. So I focus on breathing, and then I also listen to music. So as I was prepping for my interview, I had meditation music going, and it just was calming and relaxing. So with mindfulness, you want to use your sight, sounds, your senses, every aspect that you have. So if you need to have a diffuser going and get a lavender or sage that calms you down, to stand outside for 5 minutes, the sun on your skin, anything that you need to do to bring yourself down. So for me, if I'm indoors, I have to focus on breathing and music. But if I can get my head outside real quick, then some fresh air and sunlight will do the trick.
Well, that is so. Dave, we got time, unfortunately. We have to have you back because you're from Jersey and you need the pass. You need to win and then come back.
She'll be winning.
Well, Well, now she's going to win. There's no doubt in my mind about that. And you know what? Hey, listen. Like I've always said, all kidding aside, just being in the game is winning. I mean, as far as I'm concerned. But Dave, you have one more last quick one.
At the end of the interview with Uma Sophia, I said to her, when you get on that stage, think about the people that you can help by what you say. Be there to serve. And look what it happened, right? And she comes away with the victory.
You could tell that he's actually taking credit for her win. I just want to let you know.
Small part. But
all
listen,
helps.
Best of luck to you. I mean, thank you for coming on. It's been a pleasure to hear your story and all the initiatives that you're doing with Iconic USA, as well as Holistically Healing Heroes. We'll be sure to put all those organizations and links thereof under the video, because this will be on YouTube. And we're also streaming now. You're lucky because you're one of the new ones, but it's on the radio, WMTR radio, on Saturday at 9:30 in a new slot. But also streaming on our LinkedIn and Facebook pages of the Bianchi Law Group. So
on Saturday at 9:30.
At same time, Saturday.
It's
at 9:30
like there's so many places to see you. It's shocking. It's literally shocking. And of course, the podcast drops on Wednesdays, and you can find that on Nothing But the Truth podcast on all your favorite podcast places. Dave, that looks like that's a wrap.
That's nothingbutthetruthpodcast.com, and also Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts. They'll all be there. You could come see Karlee Smart, Mrs. New Jersey, USA, Earth 2023. Thank you.
Thank you. Go get him, Jersey.
We're the Bianchi Law Group, a team of former prosecutors and certified criminal trial attorneys.
But here's the thing. He put himself in a box when he said...
Relied on by CNN, Fox News, MSNBC, Law and Crime, and news leaders across the country for our criminal defense expertise.
To get a search warrant, you have to have probable cause that a crime's been committed and there's evidence in a particular place.
When you need a law firm with courage, compassion, and the commitment to fight for you, call the Bianchi Law Group today.